For most of human history, we have quietly structured our lives around a single unspoken question. We look at the people around us and ask what we need to do for them to approve of us. The roots of this behavior are entirely biological. Thousands of years ago, belonging to a tribe meant physical safety. Being pushed to the perimeter or rejected entirely meant certain death in the wild. Our nervous systems are still wired for that wilderness, causing a massive misfire in the modern world. Today, we chase a false dilemma, either seeking to be liked through people-pleasing or demanding to be respected through status. When you organize your life around being liked, your attention is focused on approval. When you organize it around respect, your attention is focused on reputation. Both paths lead to the same result. They force your entire reality to revolve around other people's perceptions. In this diagram of human attention, the central circle is the self, and outward arrows represent focus locked onto external opinions. Attention is meaning. When attention remains directed outward, these external opinions merge into a rigid structure, warping your identity to fit their script. The hidden cost of this outward focus is exhausting. You begin to suffer from the terrifying fear of psychological disappearance. Your nervous system starts to believe that if these external figures ever look away or decide to reject you, you will cease to exist. Outsourcing your identity carries a heavy cost. You lose every opportunity to discover who you actually are when nobody is telling you who to be. To escape this cycle of external validation, we have to pivot our inquiry. We need to ask who we are actually trying to hold on to when we desperately seek someone else's approval. This brings us to identity completion theory. This framework proposes that we do not attach exclusively to other people. Instead, we attach to the unfinished parts of ourselves that emerge in their presence. We fall in love with the confident, creative, or fully alive versions of our own identity that we experience when we are around them. The relationship feels meaningful because the other person acts as a mirror. They reveal our own hidden potential, rather than acting as a missing piece required to complete us. Knowing this, we can see that our deepest, most desperate attachments are rarely just about the other person. They are attempts to maintain access to the best versions of ourselves. This illustrates emotional significance. The central node is your sense of self, tethered heavily to an external observer. Your nervous system declares their view determines if you are real. Watch what happens when that tether breaks. We mourn the disappearance of the potential we felt. The grief reveals a painful hidden belief that if we are not chosen by them, an essential part of our own identity disappears. Until you decouple your right to exist from external approval, your nervous system will continue to treat every rejection as a threat to your survival. There is a liberating shift away from this dependent significance, the need to be seen in order to be real. It requires moving toward internal significance, where you matter simply because you experience the world, because you grow, and because you exist. The psychologist Alfred Adler recognized this friction. He understood that the goal of life is not securing universal approval from the tribe. Adler advocated for the courage to be disliked. This isn't about being cold or abrasive. It means prioritizing your own contribution and self-authorship over the constant monitoring of how you are perceived. When you internalize this shift, the nervous system relaxes. The desperate hunger for external validation quiets down, which makes you available for stable, genuine connection with others. Some people will misunderstand you. Some will dislike you entirely. That outcome is not a psychological failure. It is the price of living an authentic life. The true opposite of people-pleasing is self-authorship. It is the willingness to disappoint external expectations so that you can serve your own internal truth. Other people's opinions are merely data, different perspectives filtering through their own complex psychologies. They are not instructions, and they are not destinies. Living to fulfill a script written by culture or parents prevents you from uncovering your own voice. The goal is to move past those external expectations and write your own story. Stop making life decisions based on who other people think you are. Start making decisions based on who you are becoming.